today I will discuss about the digestive systems. Okay, now then start. The cell life requires essential materials for growth or carrying out other structural activities and as a source of energy for these activities. The food material serves as the purposes. Hence, the human organism needs a regular supply of food. The food that we eat contains complex substances. It is necessary to convert these complex substances into the simple form so that cells can utilize it. Okay? The conversion of complex food into simple form so that it is easily absorbed in the blood and described as digestions. Okay, the alimentary canal with the help of accessories glands of digestion performs these functions. Okay, now you you will know how to our body convert the complex food substances into the simple form, and then it is very easily to absorb, and and it's absorbed in the blood, and our digestive process is performed. Okay, the digestive systems. The digestive system includes the alimentary canal and some accessory organ. The alimentary tract is a long tube through which food passes. Okay, then you just see the entire the digestive systems processes image. Okay, you just see the structures. Okay, it's the mouth and the salivary glands, the secret saliva, and then these the food materials with presence of saliva. It passes through the pharynx, and then it is passed to the esophagus, and then the entire process, like the liver can secrete the juice materials, like bile juices, bile juice and others. Then it's the secretion of bile juice and others. Then the food material is passes through the esophagus to stomach, and then the food material in the presence of bile juice and many other presence of juice, that is passes through, and the presence of also pancreatic juices, it is passes through the small intestine, and after that it will pass to the large intestine and then the rectum, and then it will be um, and then out through the anal canal. Okay, it's all over the processes of digestive systems. And now then discuss. Our digestive systems begins at the mouth and terminates at the anus. The parts of the alimentary tract are mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and anal canal. Okay, you all the see in these structures. And then the accessory organs are the three pairs. Accessories organ are three pairs of salivary glands, liver, and the pancreas. Okay, then all these organs and glands are both physiologically as well as anatomically linked. You all know our organs with glands. Okay, then the digestion and the absorption occurs in the stages, and each stages being depend on the previous stages. Okay, the mouth or oral cavity is bounded by lips, muscles of the cheeks, and bony hard plate. You all know our mouth or oral cavity is bounded by lips, muscles of the cheeks, and bony hard plate. The tongue is a voluntary muscular structures which occupies the floor of the mouth. The mouth also contains teeth which are embedded in the sockets of alveolar ridges of the mandible and the maxilla. Okay? Teeth and mastications. In an adult, the total number of teeth are 32, 16 in each jaw.
Their names and numbers beginning from the center are as follows: 2 incisors, 1 canines, 2 premolars, and 3 molars. A tooth possesses crown, neck, and root. The crown projects above the gum, the neck is surrounded by the gum, and the root lies beneath it. Okay, a teeth is made up of a very hard material called dentine. In the central part of the structure lies the pulp cavity. The pulp contains connective tissue cells. Okay, blood vessels and nerves. The pulp contains the connective tissue cells, blood vessels, and nerves. A crown is covered with enamel which is much harder than dentine. Okay, then the mastication. The mastication is the main work of teeth. Okay, it involves biting, grinding of food between the upper and lower teeth. Movements of the tongue and cheek assist by the movement of food against the plate, uh, hard palate and the teeth. Okay, now see the structure. It is the enamel and it's and the both these parts are the dendine. Okay, and it's the gum and it's the pulp cavity, and that is the cement. It's the crown part and it's the neck part, and another the lower part is the root part. Okay, it's a all over structures of our teeth. Okay, the salivary glands. The three pairs of salivary glands are the parotid, submandibular, and sublingual glands. The parotid glands are the largest and they lie one on each side below and slightly in front of the ear. Okay, the parotid gland is present on the one each side below, sorry, one on each side below and slightly in front of the ear. Okay, and the submandibular glands are present on each side. Submandibular gland are present in both the sides and beneath the jawbone, and the smallest sublingual glands lie beneath the tongue. Okay, the sublingual glands are lie beneath the tongue on each side. The functions of the salivary glands is secretions of saliva which is stimulated by the sight, smell, and presence of the food in the mouth. Saliva moistens the mouth, cleans the tongues, and makes speech easier. The enzyme ptyalin acts on cooked starch in alkaline medium and convert them to a soluble form called maltose. The action of the enzyme continues till the food is rendered acidity by the actions of gastric fluid. Okay. The structures of the alimentary canal follows a consistent pattern from the oesophagus onwards. The walls of alimentary canals are made up of four layers of tissues, and that is the outer covering consisting of peritoneum in the abdomen. Then the second one is the muscle layer of both circular and longitudinal muscles, and the third one is submucous layer of loose connective tissues, and the fourth one is the mucous membrane lining consisting of epithelial cells. Okay, and then the oesophagus opens into the stomach at the cardiac orifice, and the duodenum is continuous with the stomach and pyloric orifice. It has two curvatures termed as greater curvatures and the lesser curvatures. The part of the stomach above the cardiac orifice is called fundus, and the main part of the body and the lower part is the pyloric antrum. Okay, then see the longitudinal section of the stomach. It's the longitudinal section of the stomach, and that is the oesophagus opening in the stomach. Okay, and that is it's the cardiac orifice, and it's the fundus part, and it's our duodenum. Okay, it's esophagus, and it's esophagus opening, and that is the cardiac orifice, and that is the duodenum. Okay, and it's the pyloric antrum, and that is the lasers. Okay, it's all over the structures of longitudinal section of the stomach. Okay, then at the distal ends there is the pyloric sphincters, which is guarded the opening between the stomach and the duodenum. At the distal end there is the pyloric sphincters. Okay, it's the pyloric sphincters, and which guarded the opening between the stomach and the duodenum. The stomach and the duodenum opening is present the pyloric sphincters. Okay, then the muscular layer of the stomach is very strong. The muscular layer of stomach is very strong, and always crowning motions of the crowning motions and peristaltic movements. The mucous membrane contains numerous gastric glands which secrete gastric juice. The gastric juice consists of water, mineral salts, mucus, hydrochloric acid, enzymes called pepsinogen and renin. The small intestine is a continuous the small intestine is continuous with the stomach at the pyloric sphincters and continuous up to ileocecal valve opening into the large intestine. It is about 5 meter in length and divided into the duodenum 25 centimeter, followed by jejunum 2 meters, and ileum is 3 meters. The inner surface of the small intestines is greatly increased by the circular folds, and the fingers like projection is called villi. Okay, the large number of the tubular glands are present below the surface between the villi. Blood vessels and lymph vessels are also present inside the villi. Intestinal juice consists of water, mucus, and the enzymes called enterokinase, amylase, peptidase, lipase, sucrase, maltase, and the lactase. The pancreas and accessory glands empties its contents into duodenum, and the pancreas is a filigree gland consisting of a broad head, a body, and a narrow tail. It consists of a large number of lobules. Each lobule is drained by the small duct, and they unit to form a large pancreatic duct. Just before the entering the duodenum, the pancreatic duct joins the bile duct. The common opening of pancreatic and the bile duct is controlled by the sphincters of OD. Okay, you all know about the after the part of the stomach, and how to be food in digest in the stomach, and what kind of enzymes are secreted, and how to it performs. And you just see the highly magnified view of villi in the small intestine. Okay, see the structures. It's the columnar epithelial cell. These are the columnar epithelial cell, and that is the intestinal glands. Okay, it's the intestinal gland, and it is the bunula, and yeah, that is the central lactal. It's the central lactal, its parts, and that is the network of the blood capillaries. It's at the network of blood capillaries. Okay, and it's the fluxes of lymph vessels, and it is the arteriole. it's it's the structures of highly magnified view of the small intestine. Within the pancreas there are the specialized group of cells called islet of Langerhans. Their secretion consists of two hormones called insulin and glucagon. These secretions enter the bloodstream directly. The pancreatic juice consists of water, mineral salt, enzymes called trypsinogens, chymotrypsinogens, amylase, and lipase. And the pancreas in relations to the duodenum and biliary tract, part of the anterior wall of the duodenum removed. It's the structures. The last part of the small intestine further continues as the large intestines. The large intestine is about 1.5 meters long. It forms an arc round and the coil of the small intestine. The longitudinal muscle fibers of large intestine do not form a smooth continuous layer of tissues but are collected into bands located at the regular intervals around the colon. The longitudinal muscle fibers surrounded the rectum and the anal canal. The anal sphincters are formed by thickening of the circular muscle layer. The mucous membrane lining the colon and the upper part of the rectum contains glands which secrete mucus. Okay, it's all over our digestive systems processes. Okay, you all study, and that is the starts with our mouth to our anal canal. Okay, it's all over our digestive systems processes. Okay.